Hello, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to the hardest challenge in Project Zomboid. Now imagine this. You get out of the shower and fall so badly that you break your leg. You're blind and somehow drunk. Also, you have a nasty cold. Imagine that while your house is on fire. That's the hardest challenge in Project Zomboid, and today, I'm going to try to survive this. I also want to take this time to thank my supporter, Bryce Olson. Thank you so much for being a Patreon member, and if anyone wants to, there's a link down below. Let me know if you like this video by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. So here we are, in the hardest challenge in Project Zomboid, and the house is already on fire. I'm looking for stuff real quickly before I escape. And I'm struggling a little bit here, but I do manage to get out, open the door, and close it. So now, this is it. I don't know what to do, I'm not really sure how to survive this, but I do have an idea. It's just get away from the building. And I'm probably going to have the status report up on my screen for a little bit, or a couple times. And I'm just looking to escape, because I know that fire is bringing a lot of zombies. So now I do see a zombie, and I have the greatest idea ever, is I need some clothes. I need to get some socks or something to fix this bandage and fix my wound. And yeah, I already got bit, so it's not looking good. I'm just pushing down zombies, still trying to get some clothes here, and I'm getting bit. I'm getting bit a lot now, and I'm also getting surrounded. And that is my first run already. I'm thinking to myself, this is not going to be a good one. With my first attempt being an absolute failure, this is my second attempt. I come up with a better idea. Instead of using the back door, I'm going to try going through the front. Maybe I'll have more luck that way. I did have to go through a little bit of fire, but I'm okay because I didn't get hurt. I'm still hurt from the beginning, but it's no big deal. I notice a fire truck. Not a fire truck, an ambulance. So I go to that. While I'm going to that, I notice that there is a zombie chasing me, so I'm thinking there's no big deal. But I do see a sprinting zombie. I'm like, oh, it's over. It's already over. And that's the end. That's the end of that one. It happened really fast. Here's another one, and I noticed something different. The bathroom isn't on fire yet, so I decided to go in here. I'm going to go in here, find some bandages, and I'm thinking, oh, this is wonderful. I can fix my wound. I do try to remove the glass, but I completely forgot about that. But the wound is now bandaged. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll probably be fine now. I'm thinking I could sprint, but boy was I wrong. I do notice that the building is starting to catch on fire inside the bathroom, so I just leave and escape. Now my next plan of action is to probably get some clothes. The zombie here, I just push him, smack him, and I'm wondering why I'm missing. I can't really see what's going on because of this building. I do get bit, which is very unfortunate, but it's not over for me yet. I push him down, stomp on his face a little bit, and, you know, as there's more zombies piling up, I decide to just leave. I'm leaving through the blazing fire and the burning building, but I'm also being chased by a handful of zombies. I'm going to try to go to the next door neighbor's house. While I do that, I'm hoping I'll be able to find clothes, bandages, or anything of the sort. Something that will help me. Maybe even a weapon during this time would be wonderful. I try to use the window here. I managed to get the window open, but I couldn't get inside because the zombie bit me. And this is, again, very unfortunate because I get bit again, and now there's more zombies piling up. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll just start to go around. I will get in this building, but I'm just going to go around, get them to follow me for a little bit so I can maybe lose a little bit of them. I do hear that they're breaking in, but that's okay because I also need to just get inside this building and look for something. I used the front door because I didn't think of this. I didn't think that the front door would be unlocked. And now I'm in this room, looking for stuff. There's nothing here. Very unfortunate. I decide to open up the front window, and there's a zombie that breaks in here while he's on fire. Pushes me down, and this is not good. I get bit again. Got bit so many times so far. I try to murder him, but that's not going to happen. Then I go outside the door, and I get murdered. So, another one is down. This is my next run. I decide to sprint towards the bathroom, but I do notice that it didn't turn out as good as it did the last time. It is on fire, and I'm just gonna not hurt myself. I do check the cabinets to look for anything. Maybe I got lucky, and I did not. I'm removing the broken glass this time, so when I find bandages, I can just bandage it up without worrying about the broken glass still being there. I'm not sure if there's a difference between just keeping it in there and then bandaging it up, or removing it and bandaging it up. I don't think it makes a real difference, to be honest, but I'm not sure. I don't know much. My plan is going to the next door neighbor's house, and I'm hopeful that I will find loot, clothing, and bandages. That is what I'm hopeful for. But I know that that's probably not going to turn out that way. I do hear a zombie, so I break into this door, this window, close it, and I see the zombie as well. It's only one. I'm thinking, okay, no big deal. This is my time to look for stuff. One zombie won't break down that glass anytime soon, or so that's what I thought. And as I'm looking for stuff, I'm not coming up lucky at all. I'm just searching, searching, searching. Coming up empty-handed this whole time, but I do find socks. And you know what? I'm gonna rip those socks and then later apply them onto my wound. By later, I mean right away, because I need to stop the bleeding. As I'm doing that, I do hear a bunch of zombies breaking glass, and I do see another zombie at the kitchen window. So I go through the kitchen to look for food, and it is rotten food. And again, I search the cabinets, and there's nothing here. I check the fork to see if it's worthwhile. It's not. Not gonna waste my time picking that up at all. So I have one more room to check. While there's a bunch of zombies in here, I'm going to check this bedroom. And again, empty-handed. It's very unfortunate at this point. So now I'm coming up with an idea to murder this zombie. At least this way, I will be able to get clothes. And I did almost get bit. I pushed the zombie to the ground and finished it. I finished the job. After some time, with no shoes, just bare feet, I managed to get a pair of clothing. And I get a shirt and some pants. This is great. This is so far better than any run that I've ever done so far. I put on the clothes and I'm looking fancy. I do notice that the smashing in the kitchen stopped. So I'm going to push that zombie and try to get out of here, because now there's too many zombies. I go into the bedroom and I'm just gonna look at my bandage to see what my situation is. I'm gonna remove the dirty bandage and apply the new bandage. As I'm doing that, there's a lot more zombies banging on the door. It's unfortunate, but I can just escape. I open up the window, try to open up the window, and I do finally get it open. A zombie comes in, and I come out. Now, the fire is spreading to the neighbor's house very fast, and I am just going to run. That fire is going to get to the building really fast. And now there's a sprinting zombie that's also on fire, chasing me, and I am dodging him ever so slightly. This is not looking good. I decide to go through the forest, which wasn't much of a forest at all. It's about 3 trees. The zombie is going to kill me. I just know it. So I try to push him to get him to back off of me. And that was probably the worst mistake I've ever done, because that got me killed. Well, I'm still alive, but that definitely got me killed. If it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't have been able to do something else. I do find this little building, and it's pretty nice, But I go inside this bathroom and there's a zombie in there. I get bit, and I'm just going to sit here and wait for my indefinite doom. The building starts to catch on fire, and I die. Not to the fire, but to the wounds that I sustained. As I get through more and more runs, I'm thinking this is going to be very, very difficult to even have a chance at getting through this. However, I do think I'm getting better each time I do it, but there's a limit. There's a very big limit, because this is a very hard challenge. Besides that, I do get lucky with some fruit and cans inside that cabinet. I remove the shards of glass from my body, and now I decide to leave the building. I have a better idea. This is probably the best idea I've ever thought of. Well, besides going in here and catching on fire and hurting myself, my new idea is to go outside and beat a zombie and take their clothes. That's my new plan. So now I'm going through, looking for a zombie, and I do see a sprinting zombie, so this is perfect. I'm going to fight him, murder him, and take his clothes. This will give me the best start and the best fighting chance that I have. I push him, I miss the first time, and I get the rest of him. So I'm stomping the zombie on the ground, and I get the kill. So I'm going to try to quickly put the clothes on. As I'm doing that, there's more zombies slowly coming. I try to rip the bandages as fast as I can. I get one bandage. That's good enough. I fight the zombie, push her to the floor, and I finish her off as well. And then as soon as I do that, I go right back to collecting. I'm going to try to make more bandages, wear more clothes as fast as I can. As I'm doing that, though, more and more zombies decide to show up. So I'm thinking, okay, I've ran out of time. I missed my chance. I can only get a handful of things. I'll remember that for next time. And next time might come up quick, because there's a lot of zombies chasing me. And as always, I go through the neighbor's house, mashing the E button to quickly get in here and close the door. I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably gonna die, but I need to die in style. So I'm looking for more clothes. And no clothes at all. I do remember that I have that bandage, so I try to bandage myself up. Maybe that's a little better than just bleeding. No clothes, nothing in here worthwhile. I open the window and leave. As I'm leaving, I just hit crouch, and I notice that there's a zombie right there. I push that zombie, I'm thinking maybe I'll be able to get some clothes, but I don't have enough time as that burning zombie is coming after me. And there's more zombies behind me, and I still try to get the kill. Probably should have did something else, because now I'm hurt a lot more, and there's a lot more zombies out and about. That burning zombie pushed him to the floor, and I'm pushing plenty more zombies. So now I'm thinking, okay, this is it. This is the end. There's so many zombies coming after me. There's a crawler, there's a sprinter that's on fire, and that's what kills me. That sprinting zombie. And you know what? I decided, since that happened, I'm just going to remove the random zombies mod. The random zombies mod is really neat, but for this challenge, it was a little hard. Now that I removed the random zombies mod, I'm thinking I have more of a chance. I won't be out-sprinted by a zombie, which, you know, was part of the problem, but this challenge is not easy. It is still very difficult with or without that. So, this is it. No random zombies, and I still have that same idea. Come out here, kill a zombie, get their clothes. And that is what I do. There's a lone zombie just out in the parking lot, well, out in the street. I push him, stomp on his face, and proceed to take his clothes, because I really need it. As I'm doing that, I notice something different. I need shoes. Because I'm noticing that my right foot is always in pain, so I try to grab those and wear those. I'm going to stop this pain from happening as I'm fighting zombies, but I don't get the shoes. I was getting other stuff, I was ripping the bandages, and I just couldn't stop it. Another zombie shows up, and, you know, I proceed to end his life too. But it's taking a little bit because I don't have shoes. I notice, and I try to get the shoes right away. I had them on my inventory this time, but I got stopped once again. I try to end this zombie's life as well. As I'm doing that, there's another zombie coming up. I try to quickly put the shoes on because I don't want to keep damaging my foot. I have the shoes on now, and I'm naked. A man in underwear and shoes. I look good. More zombies, I push them down, and this time, I try to get the stomp. I shouldn't hurt my feet, and it happens a little bit more faster. More zombies come up, and it's far too late for me to even try to get more clothing items. So I'm pushing them, and you know what? I decide I'm done. I'm going to get inside this neighbor's house and see if I can get anything. Maybe, just maybe, items will spawn in this building this time. Or not. I feel like they won't spawn. As I'm pushing more zombies to making sure that they're not on my tail, I begin to turn around and mash the E button like crazy to get the door open and closed right away. As I get inside this building, I do notice that there's a zombie in here. So I have a limited amount of time to do what I need to do. I come in the bathroom to look for any sort of medical supplies, and I'm noticing that sewing kit. I'm thinking maybe I can just sew myself up. I'm not sure how that works, so I didn't even take it. I open the door and leave. Well, that's a window, not a door. And I push the zombie, and I miss. Missing a lot. Get the push down finally, and now, this is it. The moment of truth. I finally get to explore. And I'm looking at myself, I'll probably need to bandage myself up. And I do that, I do just that. The other problem is the foot. I try to see if I can repair my foot, but it's just hurt, and I don't think I can repair that with the bandage. And this is it. This is the greatest one so far. This is the furthest distance I've ever got. I do notice a building, and I'm thinking, I should probably try to get in there. And you know what? I do just that. I decided to check the front doors first, because windows, not always lucky, and if the door works, it just works. I get inside the room, I go up the stairs, because my big plan is to get clothing. Clothing is a big part of it, because I just don't want to be scratched super easily or bitten super easily. But that all comes to an end when there's nothing in this building at all. Once again, I try to leave, I go downstairs, and there's one too many zombies. So I go right back up the stairs, and I open up this window because you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna jump through this window eventually, but I wanna make sure it's at the right time. I put the pants on that I found earlier on the dead zombie's body, and I remove the dirty bandage to put on a clean bandage. And I just wait it out. As I'm doing that, I notice that there's a small fire at the base of the front door. And then my door starts to jiggle. So here's my plan. This is what I'm thinking. I need to wait for that door to open on the bottom there. As soon as that opens, I imagine all the zombies are going to burst in and be inside the living room. Then at that point, I'm going to jump. But I jumped too early, and I jumped right into a pile of zombies. I got scared that my door was going to open. It probably didn't. Here I am again. I don't know how many runs this is, but here's another one. I decided to check out this place over here because I thought it wasn't on fire, and it was. I come back, and now I catch on fire. I'm not sure how to stop fire, so I think this is my doom already. So I just decide to sit here and not even try to go outside. And then I die. I'm not sure how many times I've done this, but here I go again. And this time I do keep the same idea that I've had after, the first 3 attempts. Go outside, fight the first zombie I see, take their clothes. However, I did add on where I need shoes first. Because if I'm going to push zombies and murder them, stomping them on the floor, I need shoes or I'm going to hurt myself. So here we go. Initiation number 1. See zombie, push zombie on floor, and then stomp them out. Take their shoes first. That is the first order of business. After I get the shoes, and if I have time, I will get the rest of the clothes. And fortunate for me, I have time this time. I begin to take all of his clothes, including pants and t-shirt. It works great. I'm not exactly sure why my character became large, but it's okay. I rip bandages, and I get just one, and then I get bit a little bit, but it's okay. It's not over. I decide to push, and just kind of walk away, crouch away. Can't say run, because I'm definitely not running. But, same old, I go inside the neighbor's building. As I'm mashing E to try to get in here quickly, and shut the door safely, I've come up with a new plan. I just need to check really fast. I'm not going to stay here long. And if there's nothing here, I'm just going to leave. I grab the t-shirt on the bed, check the cabinet, the dresser, the bedside dresser. I put my dirty bandage on, and there goes my good heels. After bandaging myself up, I began to leave. After checking that last bedside table, nothing in there. So I open up the door, open up the window, and leave. As I was struggling very hard, I escaped very easily. And this is it. This is my new trick. I found something out as I was crouching. So when you crouch and uncrouch, you get a lot of speed. And I move way faster than I do sprinting with a broken leg. I do this for quite some time, and I think I'm super amazing for finding out this trick. Look how fast I'm able to move just because I'm spamming crouch and unlifting. I think this is insane, and I use this tactic the rest of this run, because it's the only way I can gain distance on the zombies with a broken leg this bad. And you know what? It's working really well. It worked so well, in fact, that I managed to get the furthest distance away that I've ever gotten. Like, look at this speed compared to the zombie speed. At this point I was thinking, maybe I could do this challenge again with this trick in mind, that I can do it with the random zombies mod. But I decided to keep this run going because I'm not going to end it just to put a mod on. I do this little trick for some time, a long time as a matter of fact. After doing that little trick of mine for a very long time, I managed to get a lot of distance. So I began to search for tools like rocks and stuff so I can craft stuff. But then I remember this amazing mod where you can pick up obvious items on the floor. I was like, oh, I completely forgot I had that. I don't need to search. I just got stones and chipped stones. So I used this mod to collect all the items I need to craft a spear. And this mod's amazing, by the way. If you don't have it, you should get it. After I gather enough materials, I craft and equipped my spear. Make a couple more bandages and apply them on myself. Now I'm at the point of technically beating the challenge, but I keep going for a little while longer just to see what happens. I begin my long journey to find civilization so I can get some medical supplies, maybe some water, clean myself up a bit. And this travel, it takes me a very long time to find a building, and this travel's awful. Very, very awful. After traveling for multiple days, it hit another night, and I'm thinking, alright, I'm not going to find a building. I've been traveling for hours. It's time for me to meet my doom. Time for me to meet my end. And that, my friends, this is as far as I've got in the hardest challenge in Project Zomboid. I'm more impressed by the fact that I was able to get away from the burning building and survive for a little bit longer than I, normally do. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Let me know by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And once again, thanks again for my Patreon supporter, Bryce Olson. And if you want to become a Patreon member as well, there's a link in the description below. Bye-bye.